Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. I really like December because it's a lot of things are going on. You got Christmas, you got Christmas parties, you have New Year's, bubbles, all that stuff going on. Of course, bubbles would be throughout December because people are celebrating. End of 2024, going into 2025. Kind of exciting. We're going to start with Cava because I think Cava is great value. They produce their wines exactly the same way as champagne, not the same grapes necessarily, but they do it in the same method champenois, the traditional method, however you want to say it, and they do it at a fraction of the cost of champagne. Now, that being said, they use grapes like Macabeo, Zerolato, Paralotta, Paralotta with Xarello are the grapes that they use, the main grapes, and they've introduced now Chardonnay and Pinot Noir, just like they do in Champagne. Of course, it's a little warmer, quite a bit warmer than Champagne. The area that they do it is called Catalonia, which is really close to Barcelona, so you can imagine the temperature is a little bit different. And Macabeo, by the way, they call it a viticultural insurance policy because it ripens late, so they know they can use it. It will definitely not be hit by frost and all those things that can ruin a grape before it actually produces the fruit. You know, the vines producing the fruit. So they call it a viticultural insurance policy. That's why they use Macabeo. Now, Macabeo is not the most interesting grape on the planet, but it is part of Cava, and it's complemented by Xarello and Paralotta, and Chardonnay and Pinot Noir, just saying. So we're going to get started right away with what I recommend to a lot of people, and I'm excited to try it because it's been a while since I have tried it. This is the Dibon Cava Brut Selection, and this rolls 11.5% alcohol. Sparkling wine fermented in this bottle. Now the rules that they use in Cava are very similar to Champagne. So they leave it on the lees, they riddle, they ferment it in the bottle, all of those things that are very similar to Champagne. This is $10. Dibon Cava. Give it a little rinse here. Like I said, I believe Cava is a super value. I sell a ton of this wine, so I'm very excited to try it. You know, I have to tell you that I have, I like this. I've liked it in the past. Let's see if I'll like it now. Very golden in color. Yeah, extremely golden in color, to tell you the truth. Let's see what we get on the nose. We get melon and apple. I'm getting a little pineapple as well. There's an interesting, like Thompson, the white grapes that we all love, that we buy in the summertime. Yeah, a little bit of white flour, maybe a little bit of lemon curd coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. Big bubbles, foams in the mouth, which is okay. Most of us don't think about that. I think a lot of kind of geeky wine people would say, oh, this is too foamy in the mouth. But I like the flavors. I like the lemon, apple, pineapple coming through on this one. Good acidity. I'm even getting a little kind of the lees contact gives it that little bit of a yeasty flavor, which, by the way, just have to say, is pretty incredible for $10. Brut style, drier, very well made Cava for $10. Just saying. You know, that nice, almost like a lemon pledge thing coming through. Without the chemicals, guys. Get the idea. You spray a little lemon pledge, wipe your counter, I'm getting a little bit of that on this wine. I like the acidity. I like the balance. I like the flavors. I like the lemon, kind of lemon curd, lees contact, a little bit of yeast, apple, melon, a little pineapple. Very nice wine for $10. I'm just saying. Actually, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm glad this is showing up well because I wasn't sure. You know, I would go if I had to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go. Let me try it one more time. Okay, having a party. People are over. Fantastic sparkling wine for a Christmas party. For New Year's, if you just don't, it's a couple of you just don't really want to get too carried away with what you spend. And the flavors are lingering, the kind of yeasty lemon sort of thing going on. It's very cool. I'm going to go straight up B-. I think it's a very solid sparkling wine. It's a steal, guys. It's a steal. Just saying. Love this one. Now we're going to move on to a these are all non-vintage, I'm pretty sure, yes. Vega Barcelona Cava, Methode Tradicional, as we said, Brut. And this rolls in at, this is 11% alcohol. This is a cool thing about Cava too, that, you know, just like champagne, very low in alcohol. This rolls in at $14. So $4 more. Let's see if it shows $4 more in quality. I watched the wine guy I watch on TikTok. He's pretty funny, or Instagram, either one, doesn't matter. And he just doesn't like Cava. I don't know why. That's a weird thing. Golden in color, again, very golden color. So remember the grapes are Macabeo, Parellada, and Xarello, with a little maybe Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, depending on the producer. They can use those in Catalonia in the Cava area. Interesting enough, they're starting to make Cava in Rioja, Valencia, Aragon, Navarra. Those are all places, but of course the majority of things are produced in Catalonia, near Barcelona. So this has a kind of a nutty, kind of melon meets apple meets nuts. A little bit of earthiness, which I like. Let's see what we get on the palate. Not quite as foamy, big bubbles, but still. A little more acidity on this one, a little sharper, which some people would like. I like that. This would lean more towards a food sparkling wine. A little lemon as well, melon, apple. Now there could be a little bit of pineapple this coming through on the backside of this one. I like the acidity, I like the linear feel on the palate with this wine versus the Dibon. Or Dibon, however you want to say it. We've always kind of debated that in my department with the sales rep and myself and other people. Dibon, I always say Dibon. I mean, this is solid, fresh, clean, bright. A little minerality on the finish, I like that. I like the melon, apple, sort of a little bit of pineapple coming through as well. I like this one a lot. I think it does step a little bit above the Dibon. $4 more. Probably, I think that's a safe bet. $14 is inexpensive for a quality sparkling wine like this. I'm going to go BB+. I like it a lot. Let's move on. Now this is a label that everybody's familiar with. This is the Fresnay Cordon Negro Grand Selection Cava. This is a Brut as well. This rolls in at, well, I'm just going to say what we sell it for at the store is $18.50. I like the little scale on the back. It has a little like sweet to dry. It goes definitely to dry. Fresnay, black bottle. Everybody's familiar with this. Easy to get. It's been like a long time. It's been a minute since I've tried Fresnay. So Fresnay, I think Keith, who was on the program with me this summer, used to rep Fresnay. So not nearly as golden as the other one. This is kind of a hay to light color. Let's see what we get on the nose. A little stink action. Of course, Fresnay is, like I said, a very, very familiar brand. Interesting kind of earthiness on the nose. I'm getting kind of a pear apple thing on this one. Maybe a little bit of a mushroom comes to mind, but very, very slight mushroom. Getting a little bit of a petrol component as well. Let's see what we get on the palate. Very dry. They're exactly right. This is dry, mineral on the finish, very good linear wine. Again, we went 10, 14, 18, 50, so we're jumping up $4 at a time. Very dry, very crisp, clean, linear. So I'm getting kind of an apple, melon, citrus minerality coming through on this one. You know, this could compete with a few champagnes, just saying. The Vega Barcelona and the Fresnay could compete with some champagnes. Daban, I think, is an animal of its own. I think it's a great wine for $10. Great sparkling wine. But this one really, really grips you, really kind of lingers on the palate. I'm glad I tried it. It's been a while. I mean, they're a huge producer, but I don't care. They make good quality wine. I don't care. You can be as big as you want. You can be as big as a bus. Doesn't matter. This is good quality sparkling wine. Good minerality on the finish. Nice melon, citrus, apple components coming through. Good balance. Crisp, dry, linear. I like it. I'm going to go B+ on that wine. I think it's a solid example of Cava. There you have it. 3 Cavas, very reasonably priced, good party wines, good wines for even bringing in the new year if you want to save a little bit of money and just want to pop a bottle. Maybe you're by yourself and you just want to do it, or you're with a bunch of people and you just don't want to spend a ton of money. Great values. I love Cava. I think it's one of the, well, it's I don't know if it's a kind of a hidden thing. It's a, a lot of people don't know about it. I'm not sure about that. I think a lot of you do know about Cava, but seek it out. They do make more expensive Cava. This is a problem that Cava has. There's a lot of inexpensive stuff, and then there's a lot of more expensive stuff that has a harder time selling because of the inexpensive wines. But I mean, the 1850, each of these showed a different level, and they gradually got better. If that makes any sense. Thanks for taking a little time of your day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I appreciate your support very, very much. I do have to do a shout out to some of the new subscribers. I haven't done that recently, so I need to do that. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.